Welcome again then to the Qatar Airways GKA Kite World Tour here in Saudi Arabia. We are of course at the NEOM Beach Games 2022. What a day we have had so far with a big air competition starting off the day. Unbelievable moves out there for both men and women. But it's the big time here in Saudi Arabia and we will be running the finals of both the men and the women. About 20 to 23 knots it looks like out there. It is absolutely perfect. And that's some of the words of the competitors for these finals. And let's take a look at those riders for you right now. We've got Gianmaria Coccoluto, or Gmaz as I like to call him, from Italy. Arita Gilbert from France. Juan Rodriguez from Colombia. And Manuel Suarez from Brazil. Let's talk a little bit about those quickly before we move on with the day. He's a man of variety, Gianmaria Coccoluto, really bringing variation into his moves. He's the one to watch for bringing in the unique grabs. For sure, we're going to see some epic front blind moves for him and maybe even one of his grab KGB 5s. Then we take a look at Arita Gilbert, who's really taken everyone, or maybe also myself, by surprise here. He is the world champion, but it involved a bit more big air as well last year. But he's proving to the world just how good he is at freestyle. He had the highest scoring heat ever here in Saudi Arabia, which was a 33.97. It was outrageous. He absolutely smashed his way into the final in that semi-final, and we're likely to see some big power double moves from him. He's riding well. How about this guy, Juan Rodriguez there from the Go2 Kite team? There he is, the Colombian rider. Very happy, and out of all four of these riders, he is the only rider to win all of his heats on his way up to the final. Can he carry on that 100% heat record here in Saudi Arabia? He's really all about the double moves. In fact, the back mob 5 was the only move that he's done that actually counted in his top 4 scores, which was not a double. He'll have a 319 and a heart attack 7, most likely in his scores if he has a good heat. Lastly, it's our tour leader, which has the benefit and the advantage of going finally in this heat, and it will be Manuel Suarez, who is riding brilliantly too from Brazil. There is the scene on the beach. All the sea kites mainly are set up there. There's a few bridal ones too. There's a good display of equipment out there already. We're now going to join Joe down on the beach.
And welcome everybody. I am here with the finalists of the GKA Kite World Tour down here in NEOM, Saudi Arabia. These boys are the guys that are going to be throwing down for us, and I tell you what a have with here. Starting off on my left, the side, Gianmaria, are you ready?
Thanks, Joe. I'm really ready for the final. I feel really confident. All the riders are super good, so I will try to do my best to beat them. I wish good luck to everyone. Let's do this, guys.
That it is. We are definitely going to do this. Get yourself ready as it is finals time. Now, I've been saying it all throughout the stream. Hard work pays off. And this young man here has been working very, very hard. And Juan, once again, in another final. Third in Colombia. It's time to start going a little higher, huh?
Yeah, this is my second time in my life in the finals. Thank God. I'm pushing myself every time in different conditions. Let's see. I want thank you. Good luck, everyone. Good luck, Manuel. Good luck, Artur. Good luck, Coccoluto. This is the team. This is the family. Now it's push myself in the finals. So let's go.
Let's go. It's time to send it. Good luck out there, Juan. I'm going to continue moving over. So at the moment here, your current world champion, Artur Gilbert. Artur, in a final, you had a little tweak, but you have had the biggest heat score of the contest. How are you feeling entering that water?
The wind is good. They are super. So yeah, I'm going to do my best. All my trick and go send it.
That is the word, send it. Good luck out there, Artur. Great to see you back. Get out on the water. And now standing here are, at the moment, the guy who's #1 on the tour. I'm going to try and translate here for Manuel. Manuel, tú eres el número 1 y vas a pelear con los mejores riders del campeonato mundial. Pero você é número 1. Como sente esse? Como é essa honra?
Estou muito feliz, né? Mais uma vez aqui no campeonato.
Vou fazer meu melhor e seja o que Deus quiser.
That is it. He's just saying, I was mentioning to him, he is the #1. He is going out there against the best athletes of the world. How does that feel? And what he is saying, it is a pleasure to be here. He just wants to get out there, have fun, and thanks God for being in another final. So Manuel, parabéns. Boa sorte. Have a nice one. As we continue over, so there are the men. Those are the players that are going to be going out there on the water for the Qatar Airways GKA Kite World Tour Men's Final. And I'm now going to please ask the ladies to make their way in here as we have these 4 girls are going to start to get ready. And I tell you one thing, what a lineup we have for you here. All right, so starting off on the left-hand side, this young lady here, multiple-time world champion, the current leader of the tour, and one of the girls that is pushing the envelope, Mikaili. So, Mika, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, you know, I'm just going to go out there and, you know, conditions are a little tough, but hopefully the wind will drop and we can do what we do best, which is, you know, happy. But just feeling super stoked to be in another final, super grateful, and I can't wait to ride with all these great ladies.
That's the word. Well, Mika, good luck. Go and kill it out there as we're going to move on. Also, another Brazilian here, Bruno Kashia. She has been a past world champion, and she has been one of the girls from the beginning pushing this sport. Bruna, in full form, your semi-final heat, you were not missing a beat. It must be nice to be back in a final.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be on the final, super excited. It's been like tricky conditions throughout the event, so I just think being on the final makes it even more special because we really had to work for it. And then now for me feels like, okay, we made it here. Let's put it all out there and yeah, share this heat with these girls, and Mika is going to be fun and exciting too.
Well, then, pedal to the metal. Bruno, good luck. Look forward to seeing you out there in the water. Now, these 2 ladies coming out of Spain. Rita Alnos. Rita, congratulations, making it into the final. You have been traveling left, right, and center all over the world this year. How do you keep it together, but still managing to get up amongst the top?
Yeah, wow, I can't believe I even managed to make it to the final after so many travels this year. I mean, I did not have that many training sessions, but the last month I was in Brazil, full on focus, and I mean, at the end, as soon as you have a healthy mind, you have a healthy body, and you're gonna be successful. So I try to keep my mind very focused on the goal, and yeah, it's very. I'm super happy to be in the final with all these girls, and the conditions we had hasn't been any easy. So yeah, I'm glad to make it, and I can't wait to give it all.
Well, congratulations, Rita. Dale fuerte, dale duro. We will see you out there on the water. And last but not least, another young Spaniard, Claudia Leon. In that semi-final, it was the final move. You came out of the water and you were shaking. Up on the podium again, you were out there with the top 3 ladies. Gotta be nice. What's the strategy?
Well, firstly, I can't believe it yet. But well, I'm gonna work so bad for this final. It's been so long since I wasn't in a final. So firstly, I'm gonna have fun for sure. And I'm gonna give my best.
That's the words. Let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, have fun and always give your best. Claudia, best of luck out there. Look forward to seeing you out there on the water. Well, there it is. That is the lineup. Those are the top athletes. Now, all I can say is bada boom. Let's go out there on the water to the action. Lewis, back to you.
Thank you very much, Joe. What a wonderful bit of insight that was to speak to all the riders down there. And it's very clear to see just how happy they all are and excited about that. And I can tell you one of the things that has influenced that. They have been looked after so well here in NEOM. Saudi Arabia really is a place where hospitality is #1. We've been treated well. We've been eaten incredibly. The riders have had these lovely areas at the Athletes Village where they can relax, chill out, sleep well, do their yoga, and that's reflected in just the moods of all of the athletes. Now we're going to bring you some highlights of the men so far. Welcome back. This is it. This is the moment. We're starting with the men. And it's Gianmaria Coccoluto. He'll be going first. I don't think this is his first move. Just warming up. It's important to explain that to you at home. I was looking out the window just to make sure that the timer wasn't running, because that's just a practice trick for Gianmaria Coccoluto. I'm Lewis Crathon. I'll be taking you through everything inside the booth here. Joe down on the beach getting the crowd riled up. But this is really exciting times now. Freestyle for such a long time now, with big air really being dominant. Hasn't had the full spotlight on it. Of course, we've had that wonderful event in Colombia at the start of the year. But here we are after a little break in Saudi Arabia, where it's been mostly about freestyle. I nearly said all about freestyle, but we had that incredible big air session this morning where all the riders were out there, and I'm going to be very excited to introduce you to one of our riders here, Aduri Cornell. Is going to join me very briefly. We'll wait for the sound guy to plug you in. He's going to talk me through this and join me for some comments in the final, which is great because it's better to have two of you in here. But this is really the moment now where the riders starting to strap themselves in nicely into their bindings, get some, look at that support then from one of the team riders there as they start to build their mental picture of where they want to be and how they want to be opening this heat so far. It really is a scene to show you now. Gianmaria Coccoluto just throwing a chromo 5, just warming up. These are just warm-ups that you're seeing right now. Arta, Gilbert. No one's been out here ages practicing all day. It's different now. These riders of the modern day, they know exactly what they can do. They don't need to go out there practicing for ages. And this, to me, looks like one of the best freestyle conditions I think I've seen possibly ever. It's up there. 11-meter kites, which is what the riders want to be using, really. They don't really want to be out there on 7s and 9s. They want to be out there on their nice, big, sort of medium to big kites, so they can really focus on the quality of the moves they're doing on the other end of the bar. Just dunking himself down in the water then was Arta Gilbert. We're 8 minutes from the start, and at some point we're going to bring up the graphics one more time, actually, to have a longer, deeper chat. But Arta Gilbert is on the water. Juan Rodriguez from Colombia is also on the water. Manuel Suarez from Brazil, our tour leader, is on the water, and so is Gianmaria Coccoluto. So they still have a bit of time on the water. They're actually getting a nice bit of time to warm up here. They're getting about 7 minutes, in fact, to just get into a nice rhythm. There is the crowd as we look to build you this story of what's going on the water. This man right here, boy, would he love to win this. Juan Rodriguez, you saw just how humble he is as a person on the water. I mean, look at that, playing around with some big air for the crowd. He is so happy to be here. He's a really nice guy. I mean, everyone says that about people. Oh, he's a really nice guy. He generally is one of those people that's just got nothing in him bad towards anybody else. Front blind mode practicing there from Arta Gilbert. Let's bring you in now then, Duri, into the booth. And our sound man's just going to connect us now. How are you doing, Duri? Let's have a nice chat with you. Thank you very much for joining us in the booth, Duri Cornell from the Dominican Republic. What do you think we're going to expect from this final today?
Well, yeah, thank you so much for having me on live. And yeah, for sure, I mean, like, right now, we are expecting too much fire in this water right now. Oh, my God. There's so potential athletes, and I don't know who's going to take the win.
You just don't know, do you? People are asking me on my messaging right now, like, who do you think? Who do you think? And, of course, I've thought, you know, Gianmaria Coccoluto's been riding well. But do you know what really changed things here for me is the heat that Arta had. You know, that came out of nowhere for me. I don't know if I was maybe underplaying how good his freestyle was, but him to come up with that huge heat score, the highest of the event and the highest in Saudi Arabia ever done here, really made me start thinking, do you know what? I mean, we always say this at events, anybody can take it, anybody can take it. This is going to be about who really wants to rise to the occasion here. I think it's fair to say all 4 of these riders could get those big scores over 32, but it's all about maybe who can put their mind to it. You've been in many finals, Duri, over the course of your career. What goes through your mind as you start to realise there's only 5 minutes before you really have to lay down?
Yeah, sure. I mean, like, you know, like, they have been riding very good, and as I have seen them, like, they've been training and they've been waiting for this event for a while since we had the event in Colombia. So I mean, like, everybody just training very hard, and definitely they want to take a place here. And I mean, as I have been in many finals, I can already understand, like, these people are deserving a place here, and they are riding very, very hard. So I don't think, I'm not sure who's going to take the win. I can't say nothing.
Yeah, I've been careful to not say anything either. I often like to predict, but I don't think it's possible to do that. All 4 of these, like you said, have earned their place here in this final. And maybe there were some interesting twists and turns in this Saudi event. Those maybe expecting Maxime to have made it through. It wasn't possible for him to advance in the end, and we have some new tricks from him that, or tricks that certainly only he's been doing that he couldn't really lay down. Carlos Mario was ever so close to getting to the final, but these 4 really have stood out. So here is the scene right now then. I'm being told there's less than 3 minutes to go until the start of this one. It will be the Italian Gianmaria Coccoluto who starts. Dewey, how important is it for you to be at the end of this order? Is it much of an advantage to watch all of the others perform their tricks and being the last to perform a trick in the heat?
Yeah, sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's like kind of pressuring because, like, if you're the last one to try to win, let's say because you need an 8 point, right, or even a 9, you have to score a 9, and like you just take the over pressuring and to do this trick. But sometimes it's nice because still you are the last one to make your trick. So in case somebody crashes, and like you can already take the win, right? So I mean, sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's good.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point you make there, is that if you're last, you can work out what you need. But maybe if you're first, you're just thinking totally about what you have to do. You're not really worried about that pressure of delivering in response to what the other riders are doing. But like you said, you do have that in the bag, I guess, that ability to change what you might do depending on what the other scores are. So it looks like all the riders were kind of out on... we've got 9, actually. It looked like Artur was out on a 9. What would you be riding now?
Well, I will rather ride the 11, but since his kite is like an open tee, yeah, it makes a quite difference since it will be more powerful. But the other kites, there are more C shapes, so it's going to control more for the wind conditions we have right now.
So we're talking about, just while we get a nice shot of the crowd there, we're talking about the shape of the kite making a difference to what size that we can use. We already know, us kite surfers, that is, that the bigger size kites, the more power there is generally. But they're on different sizes here. An 11 metre squared kite for Gianmaria Coccoluto, but just a 9 metre squared for Arita Gilbert. So why would the shape make a difference to the power they're receiving?
It will make sense. There's one more high aspect ratio and the other one is more low aspect ratio. So in the end of the day, what it makes is like, even if you have a smaller kite and it's a ball kite, you're going to pull more to the wind conditions, because if it's strong, even if it's 20 knots, you can always have to go lower than the C shapes, because the C shapes are more stable kites and will pull you like kind of not so hard. The ball kites, yes, like open sea will push you so hard and will just make you fly away.
Yeah, they've got such the trailing edge really exposed to the wind when you pull the bar in there. It's really just giving you so much power, and it's actually pretty impressive. This, it looks to me like there's 2 sea kites out there, and there's so let's just recap what those kites are. It's Arita Gilbert, who is looking like he's using an elevate. Yep. We have Gianmaria Coccoluto on the duotone. On an air rush, Manuel Suarez, and on the air rush, Juan Rodriguez. On the air rush, it is Juan.
Manuel Suarez is on the F1.
Thank you, Dewey. I nearly got there. But I can see in the background here, the crowd are being riled up here by Joe. That's a great shot here. And he's being followed around there by the social media lady here. You don't want her following you around. She's she's the lady that does the training. 1 minute to go now, just 1 minute to go. And it will be Gianmaria opening this heat, and I'm pretty 100% sure what I think he's going to start with. But Duri, you tell us all, what is he going to start with here?
As he knows, there's going to be Rita very potentially. I mean, like, he's going to start with the front blind mode with the grab, since it's going to give him a very good score. And just to start the heat, it's like just getting some score there in case he needs it in the end. But of course, he's going to go for the front blind mode grab.
Yeah, it's be a good question for him, actually, whether or not he'd like in the perfect heat for this score to be in his top 4. To remind you, they're getting 7 trick attempts here, and their 4 best tricks will score, all out of 10. So it's a maximum of 40 that he can score. So this move, done to, very well of his ability, scored a 7.43 earlier on in this competition. I think he only got 1 grab in there. He has the ability to do a tail and then a nose on the way round. So let's see maybe if he can perform that. I think he's just going to go for the tail grab front blind mode here. But here he goes, Dewey, with that lovely shot then of the drone to give you the full picture of the beauty of where we are here in the northwest of Saudi Arabia. Gianmaria Coccoluto pre-popping in here, going for... Oh, that was interesting.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like, I think he just got mitts out the wind. He just missed the gas. And yeah, for sure, I think it will count good. Not so bad. But still, he had just landed the first trick, so he's going to be already on the top 4.
Cool, that was really interesting. We got a replay here. Something didn't feel right on the way round there, for sure, for Gianmaria Coccoluto. And this will be really interesting how he responds to that. He's been very open about how important that first move is to him. And it hasn't gone so well for him this time. But now we turn our attention to Manuel Suarez riding very powered. Looks like a 319 on the cards here. And he's got it, Duri. How happy will he be about the start of this heat?
Yeah, this is the start. And I mean, like, starting in this way, it's just going to make him, like, very happy and very confident for the next tricks to events. Because, like, he knows already with which athlete he's just going around. And look, he just flew away. It's a perfect backside, frontside 319, sorry. Sick.
Yeah, lots of control there as he came round. Lots of distance. This could be quite a big score. 7.83 for him to go out in front. And here goes Juan Rodriguez with a backside 3. Well, he gets stuck there. Duri, talk me through that. Looked like he got the leash stuck there. Perhaps sometimes you can grab the leash as well. Tell us, how is that possible?
Yeah, sometimes it's very hard, since, like, you can get, like, your leash if it's not, well, yeah, I can see here on the live stream.
Here's the replay then. He gets round here, and it looks like his leash gets held up in his left arm, perhaps. So he couldn't continue, and that would be really annoying for him. He had the move in the bag. The takeoff was good. And this is started off perhaps how you wouldn't have expected, with a few little crashes here. Here is your world champion then from France coming, Arita Gilbert, starting off with a backside 317, clean as you like. And we've got a lovely angle of the kite position there, Duri. Why is a good solid kite position where it doesn't move so much and stays as low as possible? Why is that important for a good score with the judges?
Yeah, it makes it more like in a Pacific as a freestyle trick. Since a backside 317, you can always move your kite up to make it easier. But in the end of the day, when you're just trying to make it a little bit lower, the kite, it makes it more harder. So in the end, that's what's going to count more for the judges. So that's going to be a good score there.
First round of tricks already complete. Oh, that was quick. And Gianmaria now looks over. He's got to compose himself here. And this will be maybe what some of us have wanted to see. How he can reply to himself. He said the front blind mode is an important trick to start with. It hasn't gone to plan so far. And I wonder if he's just going to calm down, recompose himself, and maybe go for this. Or will he mix it up and go for a KGB? I'm not sure.
I think he will go back for
blinder
7. Yep.
Oh, what a take that was. And look at the slack in the kite on the way down there. That is going to score big, Dewey.
Yeah.
Will that push the 8s?
Yeah, I think, because the good thing is he's had a big extensions and the kite was very low since his takeoff.
Wow.
So that's what's going to just love it.
I love the slack at the end of that as well. It really demonstrated that he had a full powered landing there without any assistance of the kite. And it's an 8.5 from Gianmaria Coccoluto. What a response that was after that bit of a balls up at the start there where he just didn't get that front blind mode working. Wow, 8.5 really sends a message to the riders that he's up for this now. Now we look at Manuel Suarez from Brazil, riding right foot forwards, bears off downwind, goes straight into a backside 3-1-7. It's not going to score as well, I don't think, as Gianmaria.
That's what I was saying before, that when you're using too much the kite, the judges sometimes just take it like a little bit not the best scoring, but still it's a good trick, but he used the kite a little bit. But it's going to count him well.
Very clean, very clean, Dury. I think we're going to see about 7.5 possibly for that. I think it's just come in as a 7.7 perhaps. Let's see. It's coming on your screens there. And it's a very solid start for him. Perhaps he didn't need to go crazy and get something right up into the 8s there. He just wanted to keep his count going on high 7s. And Suarez, there's a few messages I had into me where we were talking about who we thought might win. And one of the replies was Suarez. So I'm sure he's...
But he's saying this kid is ripping.
He goes Juan Rodriguez then. Left foot forwards into the box. The Colombian. Lots of power. Releases the energy so we can unhook 319, and he rides out with a bit of, oh, what a shame. That shot there, we couldn't see him through the spray there, do we? And that's a bit unfortunate for him. What does it feel like when you feel like you've got the move in the bag? As we watch here, as he comes round here, there is one rotation, there is the second in front side, comes round for another 180, and he just couldn't ride out of this spray. He appeared, and then he got absolutely done by a piece of chop. So that feels pretty hard luck, right, when that happens to you?
Yeah, sometimes you just get over pressuring, and yeah, these things happen sometimes, but you're going to go good. I hope so. We come back.
Oh, Arta then with a bit of a butt check on that one. I think he's going to be heavily penalised for that. I'd be surprised if that's any higher than 6s or low 6s. But I'm not a judge here. I'm just in the live stream booth talking to you. I've never wanted to judge. It looked not bad, this move on the way around. It was a 319, but he just ended up over the heel side of the board, Dury. So I don't think that's going to score.
I think just the gas just took him out, but yeah, I think it's going to count.
Do you save your best moves for last, Dury, or do you just go for them whenever?
Sometimes in the final, you just go for it straight away, whatever happens. Go big or go bigger.
I never heard that one. What are we going to see here then? 317, 319 from Gianmaria Coccoluto. The kite position became very low at the end there, but I wonder, was it up at the start? I don't know. That to me looked like a very decent one. I think that's going to be high 7s, if not maybe a solid 8 maybe, but that was pretty smooth. Let's take a look at this lovely replay then, into a nice extended rally position, and there he goes, spinning round nicely into backside rotations.
Yeah. What is kid,
Cool. This has got crazy already, this one. This really is getting excited. There's Manuel Suarez, and the reason they're looking over their shoulders is they're looking to see what scores are coming in from the previous trick. 7.23 then for Coccoluto, maybe not as much as he would like. And then the countdown starts for the next rider, which is Manuel Suarez, who's having a very good heat so far.
I think we'll go for a heart attack 7.
Cool, nice call, Dury. You got that right. That's big, right? That was a big move. Yeah, they like that on the beach, all shaking their heads down there, up and down, nodding their heads, sorry. They absolutely loved it down there. That's Estefanio Rosa, one of the team helpers. As he comes round here, looks like he spots his landing. Wow, there's a lot of rotations. How many rotations are in that move in total?
Yeah, it's crazy. There's going to be 3 rotations. Yeah. But I mean, it's sick. I love how, like, the riding he does, because he, in the end, like, he just go for it straight away. And in, like, his knee, he's very strong.
He doesn't go messing about. He doesn't go beating around the bush. 8.73 then. He's running away with this right now, Dury. He is in the control seat right now. He's the only person to score a 9. And interestingly here, he's the only one to perform a slim 9 here in this competition. He's the only one choosing that move. So will we see that a bit later on? This man here needs to pick things up if he wants to be on the podium right now. Heart attack 5. He's just crashed, unfortunately. He throws his arms out in despair there, Juan Rodriguez. Have you been in this position before, Dury? I don't know if you have, actually, where the finals are going. He's in a tough place right now.
Yeah. Right now, he's just taking the pressure a little bit. But he just have to calm down and just start it back again, because he have just still 4 chances. and he can still have advance.
Yeah, it's all or nothing for him now there, but straight into Arthur Gilbert. This looks like a nice pop. Oh, he couldn't ride through that. He looked very close to riding through that. There may have been a heart attack 7 as well. I'm not sure. I got late view on that.
Yeah.
I think it was a heart attack 7.
It was a heart attack 7,
and
yeah.
it would have scored big if he'd have pulled it off. But that's very frustrating. He's so close sometimes, these riders, to landing. That just happened to be the tip of the kite that went in. Here we go, though. It's Gianmaria Coccoluto. Are we going to see the KGB5 with a stale fish grab? No, we're not. We're going to see a backside 317 from him with the kite going in the water. We've hardly saw any crashes on the way up to this final, but is that what a final can do to you?
Yeah, sometimes that's what it happens, because in the end, like, everybody just having some crashes, but you want to go big anyways. And sometimes in this case, you would just need to go to secure any tricks and just go easy for this one when you have like people just crashing already in front of you. Like scoring, you might need to go just scoring, but yeah, I mean, it's good. This final is just potentially.
Here's the man that's walking away with this at this moment. Soares going for the slim, just the slim 7 that time. Looks like to me he's warming up for the slim 9. And Duri, he's bought himself some trick attempts here at this move because he's landed all his moves. Here he comes round then to a front rotation, coming back then in the backside rotation. 2 passes, nice and controlled. I think he's trying to line up the slim 9 here. Let's remind you, that scored an 8.80 when he landed that early on in this competition. The only rider to actually land that move, the slim 9. Looks like the riders are preferring some of the other style moves here with 7s and 9s rather than the slim. Why is that?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the slim right now, it doesn't count very good since we are using too much the kites. So what's judging Kajiya, just trying to put us like into not use the kite that much, right?
Yeah, and you guys are so good at managing to adjust. What happened there, Duri? You reacted like you were a bit shocked.
Yeah, because now he might not have the best chances into win, and it's his 5th move, I think. No,
I think it's his 4th.
It's his 4th, yeah.
Oh, no, maybe not. Let's work this out. My scores here aren't so accurate at the moment at a crucial time. Let's see.
Yeah, still, I guess he's like.
Nice move from Arta though. We're going to have to watch the replay to show you that. Yes, that was his 4th move. So unfortunately, it looks like... Oh no, it does look like he will have 3 more. But it basically, as Arthur Gilbert blows in a massive, looked like a backside 317. We're really playing catch up here in the live stream booth for how quick they're going. But to the bottom line is a 3.53 will score in Juan Rodriguez's 4 total tricks, which pretty much makes it difficult for him to get into the podium. You never know. But meanwhile, the top 3 are changing positions. There's the tension on the beach so far. They loved what they saw there from Arta Gilbert. And I'm just going to quickly find out what that was that scored him highly. And it may well have been an 8 point. Oh, no. Still don't have it on my screen here, so I can't talk about it. But what I do know is, there we go. It's an 8.47. That's why I couldn't talk about it, because it wasn't quite there yet. The judge is really having to make sure they've got that score perfectly. Sometimes there's a bit longer with the score coming in with them.
Yeah, they're just trying to do their best into everybody's shot because everybody's riding hard right now. So it's just looking at the kite positions and sometimes replay. Get on from Gianmaria.
Heart attack 5. Would have liked the 7 maybe, but he had to settle on the 5.
Sometimes it's easier to go for a 7 than a 5.
Wow, really?
For me, I'd rather just go heart attack 7.
Just keep going. Wow, that's really interesting to hear. So do you think they're going to... do you think they know that, the judges, or is it just individual cases?
No, it's nice because Gianmaria is like very good on going blind. So for him, it's even easier. That for me, going blind is like quite so hard sometimes.
7.23 then for Gianmaria Coccoluto. And I think that was a necessary move for him there, just to give himself a shot at things as the others are starting to really load up some high scores. But it's Manuel Suarez here. Is he going to go for slim 9 here? Chance. They just couldn't get it in the end there. Just ended up with the kite a bit lower, which sort of made it hard, like you said, to get the extra rotation. You have to start with the kite high. So it'll be... I think this will upgrade his current score for the slim 7 perhaps, which he currently has on the board here. He's got a slim 7 of 7.17. I thought that was a little bit better perhaps than the one he's just done. Let's see what the judges think about that.
Yeah, I guess it was more potential, but it was a little bit butt check. Yeah,
maybe not. They didn't like it. Yeah, the butt check would have done it. I missed that there. Welcome here then to the Qatar Airways GKA Kite World Tour. If you've just tuned in, you have just tuned in the middle of the men's final. Don't worry, you will see the start of the ladies' final, but you have joined us in the middle. But if you have just joined us from the start, you've been with us all along. So thank you. We're in Saudi Arabia, in NEOM for the first time. The future city of NEOM. And we're at the Beach Games 2022. We're in the final, and on your screens is Gianmaria, Coccoluto. The riders have had a few attempts now to say it nicely. And who's this? Oh, this is Juan Rodriguez from Colombia. He really needs to get some big points on the board here. It's a heart attack, 7, and he's just had a nightmare in this final, to be honest. He's had a tough time for him. It's a shame. He's been riding so well in this competition. And he's been so close to landing these moves as well. Here he goes round. What happened with this landing, Duri? Why didn't it work out?
Because the kite were too high. So, yeah, when he tried to just pull at the bar, he just like discontrol himself and he just go in front of the board, which makes him crash.
Here he is at Arita Gilbert, positioning that elevate kite exactly where he wants it here. What's he got for us now? He's gone for a hinter mode. 7, I think that would have been. Yeah. And God, such a shame. They all take their toll on the body, those crashes, right, as well.
And he goes so easy for it. He's like turning very quick.
Yeah, he doesn't mind that move, and I think he's one of the ones that's pulling that off more than most here. He's done some big ones of those already today. But here, Gianmaria Coccoluto looking to add to his score trick list here, and this really should give us a true reflection of his 4 total scores. He's gone for it. I think it was in there. Oh, was the grab in there? I'm not sure. It's a stale fish he likes to put into that KGB 5. Again, the kite just rising a little bit. They just pulled him out of a source. Big crash to the side there. Can you hurt your ribs sometimes like that?
Yeah, sometimes yes, but like sometimes you know how what the land is you're going, and you try to just make sure you're not gonna go very badly. But yeah,
sort of back-breaking.
But he was supposed to go there for the KGV 7. This will have been counting like almost a 10
with his grab as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what he's going for. Meanwhile, no, I don't think that's going to be anything worth writing home about. We are in the real tense times of a final which doesn't have many moves left in the men, as we see the KGB attempt went for KGB 5, got a bounce out. That can happen, Dewey. How do you explain that when your ball just bounces out of the water? Is that your fault sometimes, or is that just Mother Nature saying, no, you will not land that?
Yeah, that's sometimes about your landings, and then you just, in this like, what happens in this time, it was just, when he lands very hard, and it makes you to not crash. He didn't want to crash, so it just makes you go away of the water. Sometimes he jumps, sometimes no.
More like a safety prevention, injury prevention. Back to Juan Rodriguez, the Colombian, on his 6th trick now. Let's see what he's got for us here. He's really...
Magma 5.
This is for pride now. 3, 1, 7. How he would have liked to have started off the heat like that. You know, Duri made that look so easy. They give him a big round of applause on the beach. There he goes, unhooking from the kite, passing that bar behind his back, backside, 2 rotations, landing. Nice clean landing, I reckon. Maybe just 7.5 or a bit lower for that one for Juan Rodriguez. But it's only a 6.17. Quite a low score for that move in the end.
Nah, I guess it was not the highest. The highest 3.17.
Way off there. I was way off.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just stick to the talking rather than the predicting. But this man here, we can predict a move I think he's going to land.
Go for Hinterberger 7. Yeah.
I'm not helping these riders, am I? It's the commentators' curse right now, and this is really falling into the hands of Manuel Suarez.
This is the last move right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow, we on to the 7th move already?
No. Now it's where it's going to start the last move.
Coccoluto.
I think it's the last one, right?
This is the last move from him. He
Yeah.
needs an 8.48. He's surely got to be going for this KGB7 with the stale fish grab. There it is. He's got a chance. He can't just ride out of that as clean as he'd like, unfortunately. He had to set on the 5. And this may already be Manuel Suarez taking this, but Arita Gilbert, what can he do so far? He's got a 5.93, which will count as one of his moves. I don't think he needs a 9.76 to go into the lead already, including his 5.93. He can't do it, do he?
Yeah.
I think this is all done already.
Yeah.
Jim, back at home in the UK, your predictions may well have come true here, and it has been an absolute barnstormer for Manuel Suarez now. He's just going through the gears now. To me, it looks like he knows.
Yeah.
You think he knows, Dury, right now?
I don't think he knows he have won because, yeah.
So, KGB, here he comes. Back round in the other direction, backside, nice and clean. I wonder, will he get told when he comes to the beach now, though?
Oh my God, you will see other people. I don't think they know he have won already.
They do. Stefania Rosa knows. She knows, and he's about to find out as well. Arita Gilbert will be being told, look, the best you can do here is second position. Let's just double check that on here. Yeah, can he get in front? Juan Rodriguez, unfortunately, I think can only settle for 4th as well. So it's been a final here that you could never have predicted. And another big crash.
Oh my God, this is going to be right now like pressuring because there's the last move of the two guys, or two giver and Gianmaria Coccoluto.
And it can change the positions.
Everything can change right now.
Apart from the winner.
Yeah.
So second and third on your screen to the top left-hand side. Gianmaria Coccoluto and Arita Gilbert.
Oh my God.
Can Arita push his way up? He's gone for a front blind mob. He would have been told from the beach that that might have been enough. What did he need, though, to go into
6.33.
5.53 to go to second. What it's telling me here for a front blind mob. What do you think, Dury?
Yeah, it's quite so tricky. You're going to see right now the scoring, but I think he's going to move to the 4 positions.
There you go. You can see it. That move's come in at a 6.07, and that was a great understanding of his own trick scores, to know that was all that was needed. That was also great work from his team down there. And there are the scenes on the beach then, as Gianmaria Coccoluto has to settle for 3rd position. Wow, what an epic final that was between these men. Maybe went in a way that we would never have been able to work out when this heat started. But Arita Gilbert, 2nd place. Manuel Suarez managing to take it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Juan Rodriguez in 4th. And there are the jubilant scenes there as the Brazilians congratulating Manuel Suarez, who does not even have a sponsor, Dury, I'm told. So those kite brands out there are looking at this right now. There's a man that just won that so comfortably and looked so confident. How he doesn't have a sponsor, I don't know. That's his 2nd win in a row. And look at that support. They will be dancing to the beat of the samba beat tonight, that's for sure. Look at that. They win everything, Brazil. Football.
Yeah. This guy, this guy means like every brand should have look out for him. Okay, this guy is so potential and he's so humble as well. And already just coming to the tour and taking both wins from Colombia and from Saudi Arabia. So that's what makes him the best. And yeah, like congrats to this guy. This guy is ripping out, eh?
Yeah, and well done to him. Because there would have been a lot of people here saying, all right, you won the first heat of the year, first competition of the year. Can you keep it up? And he just proved that so well that he can manage the pressure. And as we just saw there's a lot of pressure on the final. It's different. It changes. Here I am sitting with all my statistics from all the other heats. It's totally different, right, in the final. It's a different ball game.
Yeah, I'm so happy for him. And then he's was not coming here to this event because he didn't realize that he was able to come. And then, like, just the Qatar Airways just talked and then they helped him out to just arrive to here. And some of his, like, people from there, Stefania Rosa, just making him, like, flying to here and trying to make his best. Because when Stefania Rosa just talked to him about it, he just said, I don't know. Because I don't know what to do to arrive there. But he makes it, and that's what happens when you're training. That's what happens when you're a pure athlete.
Yeah, you make it happen. Somehow you have to believe in yourself and make it happen even when you think you might not be able to. And there he is there. Bowed down, Joe bowing down to him there. We'll be going down there very shortly as we just get things in place. But we definitely need to talk about Estefania Rosa here as well with the effort. She seems like such a lady of guidance for these riders down in Brazil, and I wonder if she's going to translate as well. She's always there, and for you in the Dominicans as well. She's a wonderful woman.
She's helping a lot, and I mean, like, she's a great woman, and just always like trying her best to help out, and yeah, she's helping a lot. Manuel Suarez.
There she is wearing the Brazil shirt as well. Okay, we are going to go down to Joe on the beach now.
And I am standing here. We have just had one of the biggest freestyle finals we have seen here at the Qatar Airways GKA Kite World Tour, NEOM Saudi Arabia, and winner the second event in a row, Manuel Suarez. I'm going to translate here for Manuel. Manuel, você é o campeão. 2 eventos seguidos, Colômbia e agora mesmo vai ser o campeão de Arábia Saudita. Como sente?
Tô muito feliz, né? Não sei nem explicar a felicidade. Queria agradecer a Deus, todo mundo também que tá sempre comigo.
So what this man is saying, he is very, very happy, and I tell you, he has worked very, very hard, and he just thanks God for being a champion. Manuel, fala a galera de Brasil, você é brasileño campeão, outro campeão brasileño, fala a essa galera.
Obrigado, galera aí, todo mundo que tá na torcida sempre, todo mundo que sempre me ajudou. É nóis, galera, tamo junto.
There it is, estamos juntos, galera. Thank you very much, Manuel. Congratulations, brother. Lewis, back to you.
Thank you very much, Joe. And of course, with Joe's multi-talented abilities, we didn't need Estefania that time, but she certainly helped me out when I was down on the beach there interviewing the riders on the first and second day. But for now, Duri, I want to say a big thanks to you for joining me in the booth here. It's always a pleasure to have your insight as a pro athlete into that final, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, yeah, and for sure, I'm going to see you next time.
Yeah, always like you in here, Duri. All right, so it's back to me for now in the booth as we move on to the ladies. And this discipline with the ladies has been absolutely unbelievable. We had heat number 1 a few days ago, and you would not have believed who was in this heat. It was unbelievable how the rankings and seedings felt. Bruno Kashia, Natalie Lambrecht, and Francesca Bonoli, which could easily have been a final in the days or times gone on in the past. But now we need to talk about these ladies. Let's get that graphic up here of the ladies if we can, please. Or I'll just tell you who's in them. There's Claudia Leon. Is she performing her move? Yeah, I reckon this is a move there. Yep, that's Claudia Leon starting things off then, making her way into the final, the Spanish rider with a backside 313. It may well be me in here. We would usually like to bring a lady in here as well, but I think they're out there supporting the rest of the ladies right now. So I'll carry on my own right now. It's very much Spain versus Brazil here in this ladies' finals at the Qatar Airways GKA Kite World Tour. On your screens then is Arita Alnos from Spain. One of the big names in freestyle. She's going to turn around there with that turquoise duotone kite. There she comes, left foot forwards towards us on the beach, heading eastwards or slightly northeastward if you like, working that kite up and down for some power. What's she going to go with here? Looks like she's actually going to go back right foot forwards as well. So they get a bit of time to do their moves, do the ladies. Of course, she's right down to the last few seconds of her time here, but the wind perhaps died a little bit. They might give her a bit of grace. She's got to perform a move here, and I wonder if it would be a back to blind or an S-bend to blind. Didn't quite see that one on my screens there as we disappeared off to the beach. But I can hear they're going to play a replay for me, I think, so we will catch up with this. This is the ladies' final, and we are in the first round of tricks. Here was the move that we didn't see. It was a backside 313. Bit of a butt check from Arita Alnos. The Spanish riders are first and second in the queue. Third and fourth, it's Bruno Kashia, multiple world champion, flying that north. I think that's a pulse. The red kite, she's flying out to sea now, unhooking. She's got great technique. There's Bruno Kashia starting off with a slim chance. I just love the technique that she has with that. That should be something that every freestyle rider dreams of, being able to perform a move like that. No forcing the bar around her body there, very much the body rotating around the bar. Oh, it's so nice, the bar staying exactly where it is. Bruno Kashia is going to score well with that. A 6.60 on the board for her then. Pushing it. Can she push here? This is the world champion, Mikaili Sol. Hasn't really had to get out of third gear, I think I'd say. And she may well have to here, though, as that is going to be down as a crash. And, wow, we've got some people joining me in the booth here. Brilliant. Wow, we've got how many headsets have we got here? Because we have Manuel Suarez who's going to come and join me in the booth. Do you want to take a seat right now, Manuel? I'm going to get a headset on you as well. I wasn't expecting this. They love to throw some exciting things my way, and I've actually got the winner who's just coming in very shortly. Let's get a picture first before we start talking, and I'll try and keep an eye on the live as well. Left foot forwards then, it looks like Claudia Leon coming into the booth. Here she comes. It's going to be a 3-1-5 for her. And she punches the sky. She's really happy with that move there. She loved it. Let's have a quick chat with you. Lovely replay here of this 3-1-5. Manuel Suarez, simply, I'm going to ask you, how do you feel? Estefania Rosa, you're in here. Maybe you can translate. How are you feeling right now as the champion of this event?
Estou me sentindo muito feliz, né? Não sei nem explicar a felicidade que eu estou sentindo agora. Só agradecer a Deus mesmo, primeiramente. E agradecer também a galera sempre que vem me apoiando. A galera também que sempre vem torcendo muito por mim. É nóis, galera. Tamo junto demais.
All right, Estefania Rosa, you're going to tell me a bit about what we heard there.
So I have no words to describe what I'm feeling. I feel so happy. I just want to thank the God because He is the responsible for everything. I'm just happy. I want to thank everyone in Brazil. And yeah, I'm a champion.
You are the champion, Manuel Suarez, and hearing your story about how you had to really fight to be here, you know, and actually you weren't sure that you were going to come here in the first place. I am going to get back to you very shortly here, as I just want to follow Bruna's trick here. I will ask you quickly, how do you feel winning 2 events now? Do you really believe, 5.13 for Arnaus, do you really believe you can be world champion?
Então, fui bastante confiante, né, na primeira etapa. E nessa aqui também só fiz meu melhor que eu podia fazer e deu certo e consegui subir no lugar mais alto do pódio.
Well, we're going to get that translated to me very shortly, Estefania Rosa, but we've got big drama here, massive drama here as Bruno Kashia's kite goes on a one-way ticket down to the south of the lagoon. Here is the replay of this move, which didn't look too bad. It was a front to blind, passing the bar in the air, and there goes the leash. Bye-bye goes the kite, and the jet ski has gone and got it now. She has got a lot to deal with now, whether she swaps the kite. But let's just wrap that up with you, Manuel Suarez, about your comments about being world champion and if you believe you can do it.
I was very confident. I was very confident in Colombia, and here I just did my best, and I enjoyed it a lot, and I became the result as a champion.
Oh, lovely there. I think that was a 3-1-5 from Mika, who is also from Brazil, like everybody. Brazil. Manuel Suarez, I'm going to say thank you for joining me into the booth, and I will see you later. Enjoy the feeling that I can see all in your face. Well done.
Thank you.
No problem. Obrigado. And major drama in here, and I wonder, she's just fixing the leash there, is Bruno Kashia. She is a seasoned veteran. My chair's all wet now. Someone bring me a tissue. 5.63 Sol there for that. Maybe if I just slide around, I can dry it up. Oh, you don't need to hear about that at home. What you do need to hear about is this drama that's unfolding. There is a kite out to sea that is Bruna's. Bruna is going to have to switch kite. She does have a second kite up, but I wonder if it's a smaller one. And Claudia Leon, we're going to need a replay in on that if she's performed her move there. And again, unfortunately, I've missed that one, but that is an S-bend. Just to crypt, unfortunately for her, she didn't get the move she wanted. So we can recompose ourselves. I'm now sitting in the centre of my lovely big white chair. There is the kite of Bruno Kashia being recovered. And I wonder what the state of that bar is going to be in. It's the size she probably wanted. She's going to have to switch down. It looks like she's on a much smaller kite anyway. And it's Claudia Leon, which is the surprise leader of this heat so far. Rita Alnos in second, and Mikaili hasn't really had the best heat so far. She is the current world champion. She's in third position. This is again turning out to be into a really interesting final. So often does Mikaili walk away with this and find herself out ahead of the lead. But here, signalling a bit as well, with a hand off the bar then. So that tells me I don't think she's going to trick left foot forwards here. Here's Rita Alnos. She's coming in left foot forwards. As it's Bruno Kajiya's turn. Can we get onto her with the red kite? She's made her way into the box. We need to get back to Bruno Kashia ASAP. There's the drone spinning around. He's heard. And it's Bruno Kashia on a much smaller kite, I think, that may well have been given a little bit of grace from the judges. As Claudia Leon's score still up. I think I can see a 1.17 on the big screen. I have moved out of my position, so whatever you do, don't cut back to me in the booth. You're just going to see a wet puddle on the chair from when Manuel Suarez came in, by the way, not me. And it's Rita Alnos that now gets her countdown for her trick. 40 seconds she has to do her manoeuvre. She's getting 7 trick attempts. 4 of her best trick attempts will score. Just to remind you at home, if you did happen to only join us now, come on, that's like midday in most of Europe. Slim chance, and she goes down, unfortunately, for Rita Alnos. This really could be anyone's here at the Qatar Airways GKA Kite World Tour in Saudi Arabia. Let's see that move again into a front rotation. Comes back across. It just couldn't get her body weight in a nice position, unfortunately. But I'm telling you now, this is an exciting final, number 2. We've just had the men's. We've had big air all morning. We are in NEOM at the Beach Games 2022, which is concluding with this very dramatic final where Bruno Kashia has already lost a kite. She's had to switch what looks to me like a slightly smaller one. Here she goes, though, the experienced world champion is just waiting for a kite. She didn't find it there. I think this is slightly smaller, this kite. She's now been forced into a position where she may have to go right foot forwards now. And they watch on the South American team on the beach. Lovely shot there from the drone. She's gone for the, I think, the back mobe there from Bruna. And that's thrown her off a bit, losing that kite there. That really was unfortunate for her. And you can see here with that back mobe, the feeling comes there if you've got it or not. And it didn't work out for Bruna there. The tension wasn't where she needed it to be. And this other kite, it looks like they have, it's a 7-meter kite that I'm seeing that she may well have been on. They've managed to sort that out to the corner of the screen very quickly, that team. So perhaps we might see a pit stop. Meanwhile, and Mikaili is struggling here as well, going for perhaps a slim chance. There is the 7-meter pulse that's being brought back on the beach. Mikaili's move there not working out. Can we see that kite on the beach there? The red 7-meter pulse, which it looks like Maxime Chablot. You can see just to the right-hand side of the drone. She had, but meanwhile we should focus our attention to the heat leader here, which is Claudia Leon, who's having an absolute belter for her. She unhooked. Can she get another big score on the board? It's an S3 and she rides out of it. She is having an absolute blinder of a heat now. She cannot contain her excitement. Who would have called this in this heat? Unbelievable scenes here in Saudi Arabia for the first kite surfing competition worldwide that we've ever seen. And it is really living up to the expectation. This lady here from Spain arguably most would have just said, yeah, it'll be a really good effort if she gets on the podium. She's leading this thing right now, and there aren't many trick attempts left. The current world champion has got it all to do. Mikaili, the former world champion, lost a kite, in big trouble. Rita Alnos still doesn't have lots of moves on the board. This is a really interesting final here in Saudi Arabia, and it could go either way right now. Oh, they don't come like this all the time. This is very exciting stuff. So coming left foot forwards now then into the box, we turn our attention to 7.70 for Claudia Leon. Where is this riding coming from? She is really using the energy of the beach. She's just laid down the first score over 7 in this heat. And Juan Rodriguez clapping. He must recognise what it must feel like to be maybe Claudia Leon in a final. He's not always in finals himself. Claudia Leon, I don't know how many she's been in, but she is riding like she's been in 1,000 right now. But meanwhile, we look to Rita Alnos. Here she comes, left foot forwards. Could do with sticking this down. What is it going to be? It's going to be a slim for her. Well done, Rita Alnos. They go crazy on the beach one more time. This is nail-biting stuff. Look at this replay then as she takes off, unhooks herself from the control bar, into a front rotation, then into a backside rotation. Lovely move from her. And there's Bruno Kashia looking calm and collected as ever. She looks to see the score from the previous rider, which is a 5.90. Bruna knows now. Oh, she's saying, what's going on here? Someone's gone right. That's very interesting there. Bruna just pointing out there that Claudia Leon has come back right foot forwards in the box. It'd be great if we got a drone shot of the box right now as Bruna just sort of waving to say, look, it's gone straight through the box. Might not necessarily be that she's in front of her, but now you might start to see or make out the white water from the wake. Perhaps I don't think she's going to take off on, but may well land near. There it is. There's that wake line. But Bruno Kashia not bothered in the slightest there. And that appeared to me to be more of a back to wrapped. Let's see there. Yeah, more of a hinter mode there for her, actually. And that was very good time from Bruno Kashia that surely senses there's a real opportunity here for a win with all of the issues that she's had in this heat so far, with a kite disappearing, slight bit of interference. A 7.17 from Bruno Kashia. That was an epic score, which pushes her up into second place, and she still doesn't quite have 4 really powerful scores on there. The only trouble I can see here for Mika is if she doesn't stick a nice clean one, although she doesn't look comfortable out there. Even there, having to turn around, she's got a 2.83, a 5.63 and a 1.23. So really, it'd be nice for her to land a clean move here. This is her 4th trick attempt. She's got plenty of time here as we just gone past the halfway stage, really, of this heat. And I can get my breath back. What a final to commentate this is, where I'm sitting looking out towards the southwest. Big crowd of people, turquoise water, golden sands with the blue canopy above us always here in this region of the world. We are in Saudi Arabia, and Mika Sol is here. And that's a very calm and collected S-bend to blind for her. And that will give her a nice bit of confidence here. Left-hander, lovely extension on the way round. And perhaps usually wants that in another 180, but just sensibly deciding, is that the world champion coming out in her now, performing? This is not done yet. Any of these positions could change all over the place. You needed a 5.25 to go into second, so it's likely that she'll get pushed up, Mikaili Sol, then when that one comes in. Yep, there she goes, a 5.77 into second place for Mikaili Sol. A bit closer to her goal, but it's Claudia Leon here that's just absolutely bringing it out of the box. She hasn't crashed really much at all. Only the 1.17 actually, which was no good. But can she upgrade anything? Not this time. That's going to go down as a crash. And she'll have 2 more. Trick attempts. Yeah, bit of a butt crash in the end there. Left foot forwards coming into the box now then. Surely it's time to see Arita Alnos again, who's going about her business okay here. She's found herself down in 4th position at this moment, but she's got some reasonably nice scores on here so far. And it looks like she's going for the back to blind here. No, she's going for the S-bend to blind. Sorry, got that one wrong. And she's really good at that one. It's all in one movement. They liked it down there. Lots of head nodding down there. They really liked that. I love the sort of movement. Didn't get quite the height that she usually gets, but this is a time to be landing their moves right now. I think these ladies are saving themselves for the last couple of trick attempts to really push it. We're seeing a really highly contested final here in the ladies division at the Qatar Airways GKA Kite World Tour in NEOM. It's the beach games. We've got kite surfing starting this thing off here. 6.17, great score for Arita Alnos. And then we have 4 other sports to follow, from triathlon, mountain biking, 3-on-3 basketball and beach soccer. But it's kite surfing starting things off, the sport which will be in the Olympics in one way, making waves around the world and opening doors. Front to blind, and the bar just gets ripped away from Bruno Kashia, unfortunately. So I think for Bruna, that is, it's not the end of the world, but it's just going to score a 0, unfortunately, from here. Mikaili Sol then, let's see what she can do. So good under pressure, usually. Let's see, nice takeoff. It's a slim 5, but it's a big, heavy butt check, unfortunately, for Mikaili Sol. Was the crail in there that she likes so much in some of her moves? No, it wasn't. That was this isn't a typical performance from a world champion so far. She's really not having a clean heat. It's actually Rita Alnos now that's in the lead. That's the first one to get good 4 scores on there. Not so good, just only in the 3-point region then for Mikaili Sol. Here is Claudia Leon coming into the box. She's performing her trick now. We've got her, didn't look so proud on the way in. That's a nice slim, nice kite position. And I wonder, wow, that was a really decent move there. She needed just 1.93 to go into the lead. And that's really what's helping her scores here, is this big 7.70 from Claudia Leon. Look at this, she's rising to the challenge. And are we seeing the emergence of another rider that these girls are going to have to contend with? She's going straight into first place with that one. Look at that 1.17 on her scores. It's about to be knocked out the way. She only needed a 1.03 to lead. She's going to move Rita Alnos off the top spot here, who just waits for the score. It's a 5.90. Let's watch there. Claudia Leon going into the lead with a 23.77. And this is almost one of the highest scores of the competition so far, but let's see what Rita Alnos can do. I still feel like she either might try the S-bend to blind again with a bit more power, or try the back to blind, and she just goes for the backside 3-1-3. Let's take a look why she went for that. She only had a 3.7 for that score before, so she was just looking to maybe just get that into the 5s maybe, which would have just given her a nice chance on her last move to maybe push for the win. But as I go through my notes really quickly here, I'm pretty confident this is a very high heat score. So 26.16 was the highest of the day by this lady, Bruno Kashia, who's unfortunately suffered another crash where we were on board with the drone right there. And I think that's going to be a very low score, if not a crash. Let's take a look. It was the mobe that she went for. And so often, more than not, you'd ride through that. But unfortunately for Bruna, she hasn't managed to ride through that. And unfortunately for her now, she's going to have a low score in one of her 4 moves here. Only a 3.17. That's not too low, though. That said, that's not too low, that move there. That might just be enough that she could go for a big 8. Front to blind from Mikaili Sol. She needed a 3.68 to go into second place, and needed to go into the lead, a 6.38. So let's see, how does this look right now? Nice execution. Wasn't really even a butt check, really. She absorbed the landing. maybe in high 5s. I'm not sure. It's a hard move, this one, to get. So we're all looking. It's going to knock out that 2.83. And remember, that's going to be part of the equation as well. Out of 10, these scores are. So it's a 5.20. It pushes Mikaili's soul up. And this is getting really crucial in this competition right now, as Claudia Leon once more goes out to sea for her final trick, currently leading this heat. What is she going to do? She's going to try and upgrade perhaps her backside 313 maybe. She might go for the S-bend 3 here. Let's see. She's gone for the backside 3, and it's a much better backside 313, and that is genius riding from her to know and have that awareness for her, not often in finals, that is the lowest score she has, that she wants to upgrade. This was much more powerful, all the way around in control. The last move that she did there was a 4.40. You can see that on your scores at the top there. I think that this is going to be pushed up. So this heat, not currently finished. Please ignore that timer up there. 5.50, so she's pushed herself up 1.1. She's got 4 points cleared at the moment. This is unbelievable, Claudia Leon. What a performance. I really am amazed at what I'm seeing here. She's had it in her, and she's found another level in the final here in Saudi Arabia. What can Rita Alnos do to reply? Working her kite here hard. Will she try and improve one of her previous tricks? What can she do? She's gone for, hasn't worked out for her. There's just, the pressure has just been put to the other ladies. And I mean, I'm almost at the point of thinking she may be uncatchable here, Claudia Leon. Nice takeoff here, but just doesn't get the tension. Sometimes you can hit a gust when you've taken off there and it's just over before it starts. But let's see what Mikaili Sol can do, because she can do the big scores. A low score then, thank you, MYM. Mikaili Sol needs a big move here. She needs a 5.11. She can catch up, but she's already got a 3.17, which scores. She's going to need an 8.28, I believe, to level. But that was Bruno Kashia on your screens that I've missed. And actually, she was also able to get up there a bit further, going for the back to blind, and unfortunately misses the bar. So Bruno Kashia, it's all down to this move from Mikaili Sol. Needs 5.11 to go into the lead, but that's on top of the 3.17 already scoring for a slim 5. You've got to add those two together. I think I'm right in saying it's an 8.28 that she requires perhaps to match. She basically needs what we call a banger. She needs an absolute boomer here. What's it going to be? Is she going to go for the grab? KGB into mode 5 then, which I don't think is going to be enough for the win here. But are we seeing a different side to Mikaili Sol that perhaps thought this time maybe I can't win this one, but maybe a second place might be good in the overall tour championship here. This was a very controlled. She wasn't going for absolute best move unless she was trying to get a 7 there. But that is and will be the last move, as the riders are eagerly awaiting the scores. Let's keep an eye on these riders here now, just waiting. Claudia Leon looking for that score to come, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be hugs and cheers for her first win, where they gather around her. Let's get a shot of the scores perhaps as they wait. Mikaili Sol wondering, will it be enough for the first place? But I'm not sure it's going to be. They're all zoomed in. There's Mikaili Sol, the current world champion, that doesn't look too happy about that out there. But hey, it's a long season. There'll be another event in Brazil, in her home country. But really who we need to be looking at here is Claudia Leon. They're making her wait for it, Claudia Leon. And I think I've done my maths right. That actually, might have said on my system she needs a 5 point whatever it was, but she'd already had 4 tricks on there. They're slapping her on the back and it's about to get energetic. The Spanish flag has come in and they know down there that she will be in the lead. Wow, maybe it was closer than I thought in the end actually. It was only Oh, wow, it really was close there. 24.87 to 24.13. That really was quite close, because what we do have to remember as well is it's all about trick families as well, and that's perhaps what we didn't look at. But the bottom line was it was very close in the end, and she nailed it. The Spanish flag raises high for Claudia Leon. She has taken the win here in the freestyle by storm, with Mikaili in second place, Arita Alnos in third, and Bruno Kashia in fourth. What a moment for her as she flies on. She will never forget this. Raised above the others. She cannot believe what she's just done. Congratulated by Gianmaria, Coccoluto. Even Joe looks surprised there, and he's seen it all on this tour. He's walking around there in the middle of the shot as the hugs and the real wonderful embrace, I think, of the father there of Claudia Leon almost brings a tear to my eye, actually. What a wonderful moment that must have been. And there's Tom Hartman, the GKA tour manager. Very emotional scenes, it has to be said. And in some ways, I've never felt like that in a judging booth. To see that embrace from a father to a daughter like that, that was very special. And well done to Claudia Leon, who now breaks into a run to hug Joe Siastula. Everyone loves here. He follows the tour and has dedicated so much of his life to speaking and doing pretty much every role there is on this tour. And it is a great crew of people that work behind the scenes here, but it's all about the riders, and certainly this rider in the ladies that has just taken, I think, her first win actually here in Saudi Arabia in NEOM, at this very special place that we are. And let's go down to Joe now to hear from Claudia.
And I have here with me your new freestyle winner here at the Qatar Airways GKA Kite World Tour, NEOM Saudi Arabia, making Spain proud, Claudia Leon. Claudia, congratulations. Let it show. How do you feel?
Oh my God, I really have no words now to describe how I feel. I was waiting for so long for this moment. I've worked so much with my trainer, Andre. I love you so much. And my parents also, that are supporting me every day, every up and down. This is for you guys.
Claudia, amazing work out there. Amazing work. As we can see, thank you. As we have the camera out there for the live. Claudia, I've known you since you were probably about this big. I've known you for so many years, and you have been waiting this moment. You have made us proud, but you know, like you said, your trainer and your dad. What words do you have for Mr. Casimiro?
Papá, no sé dónde está por aquí. Te quiero un montón. Muchísimas gracias por seguirme a todas partes. Thank you so much for following me everywhere. I love you so much.
Wow, there it is, everybody. A big round of applause to our new freestyle queen over here on NEOM Saudi Arabia, Claudia Leon. Lewis, back to you.
Thank you very much, Joe. Well, what a lovely interview. What a great message to everyone in the world about patience, belief, self-belief, and waiting and taking your moment. She's waited such a long time for this, like I imagine so many other young athletes, maybe kitesurfers as well, just waiting, knowing you've got what it takes. But she just proved it right there in one of the most dramatic finals I think I've ever watched, actually. The way that went with the loss of the kite of Bruno Kashia, Mikaili, who just constantly thought, right, she's going to raise it, she's going to take it. Rita Alnos was always there, but Claudia Leon, really, if we actually rewatch that heat, she just kept on going and going, and it looked like she was never going to let that opportunity pass. We saw that wonderful embrace, which I will presume was with the father, which really was emotional. And a big thanks to all of her supporters and her trainer, and even Joe, that's known her from a child. Now we're going to see some of her replays right now. Claudia Leon, here she goes then. And she did really get some nice moves in here. This one wasn't one of those moves. This would have been the butt check as she came round on the slim chart. Just see that kite wobble there. And I think that was one of the early moves, actually, which didn't work out. But this one landed ever so cleanly. That was the upgrade of the backside 313. Then we had coming in here, getting a bit confused at what's going on here, but I'm sure I can figure out. Oh, lovely. Okay, so they got rid. The replays will last ever long in my brain about what we've just seen. And here is another great shot here at the venue where we are in the northwest of Saudi Arabia in NEOM. And NEOM means new future. And perhaps it's a great time to be thinking about new future with Claudia Leon winning this event, Manuel Suarez, the new future of young riders that are taking the freestyle and grabbing their opportunities. What a great result for both of them as the presentation now being presented. And finally, the ocean has a chance to calm down. No more spray from the riders or caning landings. The riders all gathering round for what be the awards. The turquoise waters on your screen now. Doesn't that just look like a venue that you'd love to be at? And really, it's very special here, this NEOM Beach Games, running from the 19th of October until December the 9th. That's quite a big window, bringing together world-class sports events and high-performance athletes. The region really is aspiring to become a sports hub of the future. And I think as far as kitesurfing is concerned, they have achieved a very successful event here. We've done big air, we've done freestyle, and shortly we'll be down there to join the presentation and awards ceremony. But for now, we're going to go to a commercial break.
Since 1997, we have imagined the exceptional. From our very first flight, to flying passengers to hundreds of destinations around the globe. We launched our first premium terminal dedicated to first and business class passengers and opened the world's best airport, Hamad International Airport. In 2017, we broke the record for the longest commercial flight with 9,032 miles flown, and delivered unforgettable experiences to our passengers on board and on the ground, reuniting millions of families during the pandemic. You're the reason we go above and beyond, and you've helped us become the world's best airline, a record 6 times. All this in just 25 years. Imagine what the next 25 will bring. Qatar Airways, 25 years of excellence.
Welcome back then to Saudi Arabia at the NEOM Beach Games here 2022. An air of calm has descended over the event site now as the riders are preparing for the awards ceremony, as we see and pick out some key individuals here. Some of our team on the GKA featured. I think that may well be Arita Alnos to the left-hand side with the white cap. There's Bruno Kashia walking along to the podium. It's been wonderful spending this time here in Saudi Arabia. It's been my first time here and many of the riders, and it's been kitesurfing's first time here, but it won't be the last. We've been so warmly welcomed. The riders are all ecstatically happy to be here, and the conditions have been superb. There is Bruna, chatting with Rita. So humble sometimes, if not always actually, in her defeats, is Bruna. And I'm sure she'll be very happy for Claudia Leon to take her moment here, the Spanish young rider. As we are looking here at Arita Alnos with a Porsche hat on, as another rider seeks an opportunity to go into the water here. It's that inviting, they just can't stop. They're all walking down to the right-hand side now then for the official awards ceremony. This could be very special. We've had lots of delegates, and there is someone with an arm around Mikaili Soul in the back there, who I'm sure is going to be also very happy for Claudia Leon. And actually that last move from Mikaili, putting her in second place, I wonder if that was a smart move just to push ourselves up. There is Joe. Busy as ever, and Claudia Leon running here now with the Spanish flag. What a moment this must be for the young lady which has said she's been waiting. And this lovely embrace from Bruno Kashia, a lady that's won so many championships and events and really truly means it when she's clearly saying well done, and this is lovely to see, and also from Mikaili Sol. I think everybody here absolutely ecstatically happy and wishing all the best to the winners here, which have really earned their place in the finals. And these finals, you can never write the script for a final, it has to be said. Those finals developing in such a way. We'll start with a bit of a recap of the men's finals, where Manuel Suarez absolutely dominated that final. The others really didn't get going as much. Juan Rodriguez struggling a bit in the early stages of that one. Gianmaria, Coccoluto pulling through eventually into third place. And Arita Gilbert, he's a great story here. Really performed well, didn't he, to get to second. The man that is the world champion. I think that's a great result for him. As the ladies all lining up here then. Claudia Leon told to go somewhere else again, and she better get used to that, as the lady which has won the event here. So big news for you then, if you have just joined us here at the Qatar Airways GKA Kite World Tour. You are joining us for the awards ceremony. You've missed the action. Don't worry, we'll have a highlights video for sure. But on your screens there to the left, Mikaili Sol in second position, Claudia Leon in first position, and next to her is Arita Alnos giving her a hug there, who finished in third. Bruno Kashia to the right-hand side in fourth place. They really have shone here. The ladies hit some of the most exciting heats have been in their division. I mean, the men's have been also pretty epic, but even from heat number 1 in the ladies, where we saw Bruno Kashia, Francesca Branoli and Lambrecht as well, Natalie Lambrecht too. We'll be watching this somewhere there, thinking that could be me, that should have been me, I should have got to the final, but this time it didn't work out. As they grabbed their flag, only needed 2 flags for this final, just a Spanish and Brazilian, as 2 Brazilian riders, 2 Spanish. Really need to get on the ball back home in the UK, really. I mean, we can't expect Aaron Hadlow to go for another 50 years, can we? Oh no, we can. Someone just whispered we can expect that. And now we're going to come back to me in the studio. I've always wanted to say that. So it's me in the studio again, and I am absolutely totally on my own now. Even the sound guys left to go out for a minute, and I just want to share with you just how amazing this event has been to speak. I'm only a matter of about 15 meters away from the sand line, just out behind the beautiful glass window here, and it has been the most well organized event, one of the best ones I've been to. The view I have outside, the team that are working here to make everything and everyone as comfortable and working as best as possible has been an experience I won't forget. Like I said, my first time in Saudi Arabia, and NEOM is going to become a hotspot for kite surfing, I promise you. If you tuned in earlier on in the show, we had big air here. That's right, big air in this region of the world. We had 30 knots nearly most mornings. A lovely 2 or 3 hour window. If you're into twin tip riding, or any other discipline to be honest, but twin tip riding, big air in the morning, freestyle in the afternoon. You won't find many places where you can do that as well. These are the ladies that we've just seen on the water, waiting for their time to be given their awards, discussing that heat, talking about it. Wonder what they're saying to each other down there. Mikaili Sol looking pretty chilled. There's Joe in the background there getting ready to do a talk. Wonder if he's going to double mic this one, where he talks to us and the beach as well. You really do not see the hard work that goes on behind the scenes from both the media team, Case Productions UK on this job, helping behind the scenes with their cameraman and running the show for the live stream. The GKA team, they are constantly working hard. It doesn't stop when we leave the beach. We'll be in discussions and meetings back at the Athletes Village for a number of hours every evening, just to make sure we are doing absolutely everything to provide these athletes with a platform to showcase their individual disciplines. Freestyle really being the discipline under the spotlight here, but as always with twin tip kiteboarding, when that wind rises, big air comes out to play, and we saw that all morning on pretty much every morning here, but it was great to put that to you in a live stream event, which Valentin Gerard won very comfortably. He really showed why he's been in the King of the Air and a rider that can very much compete in big air. We had some really good performances actually from a number of other riders that have also been in King of the Air. Carlos Mario, Bezito Martinez, but it was Hamzim Nasser that really did brilliantly for Egypt, flying the flag for them, which now I can see the faint mountains in the background just behind us. That is heading roughly in a west-northwesterly direction, that camera on your screens right now. Nobody's on the beach right now because they're about to pass back down to the beach. But they will be very happy when they see the big air rider crowned for his third place. He made it onto the podium out of 15 riders. And like we just saw and heard with Claudia Leon, who's waited so long to show what she's got and waiting for a chance. It was the same, I think, arguably for that Egyptian rider, also waiting for a chance to show what he's got. Taking a dip in the sea then. Looks like one of the boat crew. No, they're getting the jet ski out of the water. And I think rightfully we should thank the support we've had from the safety team here, who've had some work to do here. They've been there every step of the way. A couple of people and kites brought out of the water very quickly. And we're going to go down to Joe on the beach very shortly.
All right, everybody, as we are about to start off the official podium here of the freestyle, the Qatar Airways GKA Kite World Tour event in the beautiful paradise of NEOM, Saudi Arabia. How is everybody feeling? Make some noise! Now that is what we want to see. That is what we want to see. What an amazing event it has been for the second freestyle stop of the tour and the first time we've ever been over here in Saudi Arabia. On behalf of the GKA, all of the athletes, we would like to say a big thank you to this beautiful country because what an amazing competition we have had so far. Big round of applause here to Saudi Arabia. We have had some of the best freestyle out there on the water. Both the ladies and the men throwing down and living up to the expectations of the best kiteboarders on the planet. And we are going to be starting off with the women's freestyle podium. Coming in fourth position here in NEOM. Put your hands together for the Brazilian, Bruno Kashia. There she is, fourth place, Bruno Kashia. Bruna, congratulations, amazing work out there. This half final was a battle till the end. I know these girls are tired, but they have left nothing in the tank. There's the Spaniard coming from Spain. Third place, Rita Alnos. Wow, these top two ladies. These top two ladies. This final, it did come down all the way down to that final move. A world champion, second position. Put your hands together, Mikaili Sol. Mikaili Sol, second position here. And now, I am very, very, very proud to say, for her first ever event winner, your champion, Claudia Leon. She goes next to you. There it is, your champions. Get those hands in the air, make some noise. Incredible to see. You know what? I'm going to scoot in between you girls in here. Claudia, felicidades, congratulations. You are, you are the queen here in NEOM. How does it feel?
Well, it feels glorious. I don't know, I have no words yet. It's the first time I win an event, a GKA event, so I need to think about how I feel, no? Well, all of you ladies did amazing. You are my freaking heroes.
There it is. Well, one more time, a big round of applause to your women's champions. And as she said, you freaking killed it out there, girls. Congratulations, amazing riding. One more time, you're your women's champions as we move on. Now on the men's side, I tell you one thing, these boys, every single event, they surprise us with new attitudes, new hunger, new fire, and new style. Have been throwing down from the first second, and I tell you what, sky is the limit here on the freestyle. Making his way once again on to a big podium. He comes from Colombia, El Papito, 4th position, Juan Rodriguez. A ese lado, Juan, a ese lado. Sí. And the smile says it all, Juan, the smile says it all. All right, continuing on. In 3rd position here in NEOM. Put your hands together for Artur Gilbert! That's what I have. That's what I have. It says 3rd. It says 3rd. No, it's a fuck up. There's a fuck up. There's a mistake. Alvaro? All right, guys, I do apologize. Artur, I'm very sorry. It's a little messy. I'm very sorry. So, Artur, if you go out, you back in. You go out, you back in. All right, guys. All right. I'm sorry. I can make a mistake. I'm sorry. All right, guys. So, let's rewind. We'll rewind. In 3rd position, put your hands together for Gianmaria Coccoluto. All right, so we continue on. I'll get this right this time, not a blonde moment. So, coming up, your runner-up, the 2nd position, and current world champion from France, Artur Gilbert! Now, what can I say about this young man? Take him 2 for 2. Winning the event in Colombia, and your current tour leader, the king of the desert, el campeón, Manuel Suarez. There they are. Make some noise for your freestyle champions. All right, I'm going to run in here. Manuel, congratulations. Parabéns, brother. Parabéns. What an amazing event. How does it feel to be the champion for 2 events? Campeão 2 eventos seguidos. Como senti?
Tô muito feliz, né? Mais uma vez campeão aqui na Arábia. Queria agradecer aí todo mundo que estava na torcida na praia. E a galera também do Brasil, sempre junto. É nóis. Valeu!
There it is. He's saying he is very, very, very happy to be the champion, saying thank you to all his compadres back there in Brazil. So for the very last time, NEOM, make some noise for your champions. All right, well, congratulations, athletes, congratulations. What an amazing event we have had here for the NEOM Saudi Arabia Qatar Airways GKA Kite World Tour. As we continue on and just get some nice beauty shots of our champions, we will see you very, very soon for the final event of the season over in Brazil, Taiba. Until then, we will see you soon. Thank you very much. Make some noise.